Hi there, my name is Alan Lamont and welcome to the third in a series. I'm talking to Jorg, he's from Germany and he has a YouTube channel called Juggler66 and he does radio broadcasts which are called Jesuits Derooting the Reformation. It's by Jorg Glisman. Welcome back, Jorg.
Hello, Alan. Thanks for having me on again. It's quite nice to be here on with the people, hopefully listening a little bit to the things that we have to say. Because what we are talking about in these videos up to now, that is actually quite interesting because it is something that is not so much covered in the mainstream. We are talking about something that Tupper Saussy in his book Rulers of Evil already said will happen, because history is more and more taken out of the equation of the education system, and not only in the United States of America, but all over the world. There's just indoctrination and knowledge that you have to know to function in the hamster wheel, to make money for the state, to give to them, to feed the elite, and just to survive on your own. And by the freedom that you have, that you might buy a car or a plane ticket, and that you have the idea from, tomorrow I'm going to fly for a week to the Fiji Islands and going to roast a week in the sun. That is the idea of freedom that you are given. But when you are back in the hamster wheel and doing the work just for them. And when you do not wake up to the real thing that is the life, and that is the life in the light of Christianity, in the light of finding Jesus, then you will roam the earth for 70, 80, 90, maybe 100 years and will not have gotten to the sense of it at all. And the Society of Jesus, it's called, the Jesuits, are doing a very good job to keep you away from the real truth. And they are so afraid that you find out about Jesus Christ and the salvation that he delivers for us. They are so afraid about that they try everything to hide it. They try to hide it in movies that they get from Hollywood, where you rather watch people kill some zombies or watch boobies or whatever. I mean, the pornography that is today, even in the television, it is just hideous. It is incredible. It is even put to our children. And then we have in Germany, for example, there is this education system going on by educating 4 to 6 year old children to touch each other's genitals. This is so sick, and this is written in law, you know? And it's easy to keep the law when you make the laws. So somebody should ask himself, who is doing the laws? Who is writing the laws? And when you think that these politicians who come once in a while in front of the television set and do a speech that they read from the teleprompter are making any laws, you are so mistaken. You are really fast asleep if you believe that. For example, the laws of the United States of America are written in Georgetown University. Georgetown University, founded by the Carrolls, who founded also, or were with founders, together founders with the so-called founding fathers. I just put that in brackets because call nobody your father but he who is in heaven. They were helping by founding this state, this nation, the United States of America. And they also helped building the Georgetown University, which is a Jesuit university. And all the so-called founding fathers have been connected to Gnosticism, atheism, but not Christianity. And this is a subject that we approach in our radio show, 1776 and the Jesuit Connection, that is hosted by Walt Stickle from the website granddesignexposed.com. And the co-host, Wayne Michael, who I appreciate very much. He has so much knowledge, it's incredible. I will never have that if I study for 40 years more. He's really very, very well lectured. And he's the host of the website avenueoflight.com. The links will be provided in the box of the video so that you can check that out. and also our radio show that we will have on Sunday nights. But you can listen to it whenever you want, and you can even download it from the website that is provided in the box there. But to come back to the thing that I was talking about, namely the Jesuits that were very much involved in the founding of the United States of America, for that I can really advise you to watch a documentary. That is a 3-hour documentary from Chris Pinto. I was wrong there in part 1 where I said John Pinto. I'm sorry, it was Chris Pinto, and the name didn't come up to me. Chris Pinto, and the documentary is called The Hidden Faith of the Founding Fathers. How they understand Christianity. This is typical Jesuit deception of black is white and white is black. At 2 hours 13 you have to look at, then you understand what I'm saying right now. Also, we will provide in the description box of this video the link to the movie or the documentary from Chris Pinto, The Hidden Face of the Founding Fathers, because I have that here and I will give that to you. Just going to make one maybe interesting thing that you should think about. Surely if you're an American and holding up the Stars and Stripes, full of patriotism, and you hand over your heart and sing with all the lust in your heart that you have the national anthem, then you maybe should think about a letter that John Adams wrote to Thomas Jefferson on May 5th, 1816. Quote, "I do not like the reappearance of the Jesuits. Shall we not have regular swarms of them here in as many disguises as only a king of the gypsies can assume, dressed as printers, publishers, writers, and schoolmasters? If ever there was a body of men who merited damnation on earth and in hell, it is this society of Loyolas. Nevertheless, we are compelled by our system of religious toleration to offer them an asylum." End quote. Now, this last sentence is actually the most interesting in this quote. We are compelled by our system of religious toleration. Now, let me ask you one thing. If Protestants, if Jesus accepting and believing, Bible-believing Christians, Protestants, would have founded the United States of America, would there be religious toleration? What do you think, Alan?
Well,
Does God give religious toleration, or is God absolute?
God is absolute.
Absolutely. So, if that nation would have been founded by people who are Bible-believing Christians, Jesus-believing Christians, there would not have been religious toleration.
Can I come in and say something on this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When you look into the founding of America regarding Jesuit Georgetown University, which today is actually a geopolitical university, that's why President Bill Clinton graduated from Jesuit Georgetown University. You have Rupert Murdoch, who's a Vatican Knight of St. Gregory, he goes there. You have Prince Charles going there. You have the leaders of the governments of the earth all go to Georgetown, not primarily the White House. Now, to get to my point, which I brought in there, is that if you look at the United States of America, the United States was created really as a place for the Jesuit order to create their New World Order. Now, what I mean by that is this: if you look at the Constitution was created by the Jesuits. Now that really sends people crazy, because people say, well, I thought the New World Order and the world government want to destroy the American Constitution. Eventually, of course they do, and they will do that. But they created the Constitution to end persecution against the Jesuits of Rome. Because
Can I interrupt you there for a second?
I'll just finish my conclusion. I'll be quick, brother.
Okay.
I'll be quick. The Jesuits were suppressed and they were expelled as an order in 1773. Then we find the creation of the Illuminati and Jacobinism, and we see the French Revolution, we see the rise of America and the Papal States of America, not the United States of America. There's a difference. But to bring a conclusion to this, the Jesuits of Rome infiltrated America, controlled the presidents, controlled the constitution through the Crown Empire also, and used the British Empire to bring that civil war in America, ultimately for there to be a constitution, because the Jesuits of Rome, that Catholic order, they were expelled from 83 nations of Europe. There is no place on the face of the earth that they could be without persecution except America.
Well, that is a very interesting point. That is also the reason why you cannot get rid of the Jesuits in the United States of America, because they founded that country.
That's right.
And you cannot throw out the founders of the country. And when you want more proof that the founding so-called fathers also were influenced by the Jesuits, if not Jesuit-controlled, I'm going to tell you a little sentence that you probably heard before, because it is in the Declaration of Independence. And that sentence is written by Jefferson. And that sentence is, quote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident," end quote. Now, you have to understand what these words mean. We hold these truths to be self-evident. These are engineered words to specifically reject the biblical idea of revelation or prophecy that comes from heaven as the authority of human government. This sentence that I just read contradicts Colossians 2.8, or 2 verse 8, sorry. Quote, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ." End quote. You have something to add there, Alan?
No, go ahead, brother. You're fine. You've got a few minutes left. Just share whatever you want to share.
Okay. You were just mentioning about the Illuminati that were founded on 1776.
Yes.
There are so many people on the internet that always attack me and you when we write this. Yeah, Adam Weishaupt was a crypto Jew.
Oh, yes.
Ignatius Loyola was a crypto Jew. They're all Jews. It's all a Jew world order.
That's
I
right,
only
yes.
have to say one thing to you. Read the Bible. Luke 21, verse 24, the King James. "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled."
Right, and I will say, that's right, I will say that it's classic Jesuit modus operandi, which is to divert guilt onto the Jews for its own crimes. The Vatican always does this, this. You see it through, we were just talking before these broadcasts privately, Jorg, about Mein Kampf, how it was written by, the hand of a Jesuit. But you have all of this, the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, and so on and so on. And I think a lot of people listening to the broadcast will know exactly everything I'm saying here, so I don't have to elaborate. But we'll have all of these other groups. Same with the Illuminati. It's a front organization. And you see, the Jesuits, they have a name, and one of their names is the hidden hand. That hand that pulls the strings is hidden, always is hidden. They will never appear in their own name. They'll hide behind Illuminati, they'll hide behind, Freemasonry, they'll hide behind Zionism and every ism.
Yeah,
And
I just want to continue on this Luke 21:24 that I just told you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So by this, when you read this, you understand that we are told that the times of the Gentiles will not end until Jerusalem is no longer ruled by other nations.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is ruled by the Pope of Rome through the Oslo Accords from 1993. So please, everybody, study that and wake up to the Vatican Jesuit-ruled New World Order. That is what really happens. But of course, like Alan said, the hidden hand is difficult to find. But on the other hand, we were giving the gift of internet, and you can do a lot of research on that. I'm not the first one, Alan is not the first one, and you will not be the first one. But you can find that on the internet. So, my fellow brethren, thank you very much for listening to, I hope that was a little bit of a revelation to you, and maybe you learned something. And I probably think that we will hear each other again. But until then, God bless you. Bye.
Yes, and thank you, Jorg, and I want to thank everyone for watching the video. Go to Juggler66, the links are going to be on the description section of this video, and go to the radio broadcasts, Grand Design Exposed, and send a request to Jorg, talk to him on YouTube, and remember, all roads lead to Rome. God bless you and God keep you.